Hey guys, Jeff here with Passive Income Unlocked. So in the last video, I talked about why I think it's important that you write all of the early posts on a site by yourself. So go back and check that one out if you missed it. But in this one, what I'm going to talk about is which articles you should write yourself. So just because you have a huge list of keywords picked out, so you have your low competition list of keywords that you want to start out on your site, does not mean that you need to write all of those articles yourself, right? So this is actually a common concern for a lot of people. It's come up at least a couple times now where I've had course members email me and basically say, I've got a huge list of keywords here, but I don't think I can write on some of these topics. Did I go into the wrong niche? Or I don't know which ones I should write first, and so on. So definitely common concerns that I've seen come up in the past. And the solution to this, in my eyes, is very simple. This is a strategy that, or an approach, I guess, that I adopted just naturally early on. And that is simply to pick the easiest articles for yourself. So there's a couple reasons you want to do this. So for one, a lot of people assume early on especially that they're not going to outsource. It doesn't even cross their mind. So they think that if they have a list of keywords, they're going to have to write every single one of those articles by themselves. And they see that huge list and they see some topics on there and they're like, these are easy, low competition keywords, but I don't know anything about these topics, or they're a little bit too difficult for me, or they feel overwhelming or whatever. And it just kind of pushes them off from even moving forward. But what you have to keep in mind is you don't have to write on every single topic from day one, or ever for that matter. So what I suggest is pick those articles that are super easy for you to write, attack those first, knowing that down the road, hopefully your site will pay back a little bit in income, where you can outsource the other articles that are a little bit more difficult. You're going to be paying outsourced writers at some point in time if you want to scale. Let them deal with those more complex keywords that you need to put on your site. The other benefit, or the other reason, I guess, for doing this is that it keeps you motivated. So if you have a huge list of keywords, let's say, and you just kind of attack it top to bottom. So I've got 50 keywords ready to go for my site. They're all low competition. They're all fairly clustered. I just kind of work from the top all the way to the bottom. That's my plan. Some are going to be really easy. Some are going to be posts that might be 3,000 words on a really complex topic that I know nothing about. It's going to require a lot of research. But as you hit those, depending on your personality, there's a good chance you're going to struggle with that. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to look at the rest of your list and say, I can't do this anymore. It's just too much. And then you're just going to put it aside and you're going to probably give up. I mean, that's very, very common. A lot of people do that. Completely understandable. But instead of taking that approach, if you just pick the easy ones, so you have your list of 50 articles, start with the 5 easiest ones, the ones that are going to be less than 1,000 words. Maybe you have a few that are 700 or 800 words, something like that. You're fairly familiar with the topics already. Write those articles first, because it will kind of snowball for you from there. So you get that first article done, you're feeling a little bit better about things. Now you tack another easy one. Easy for you to take that step and do number 2 because number 1's already in the bank. Now you do number 2, you get a good feel for the process. Same thing, move on to number 3. Now you got 3 articles and you keep going. Then you got 5, 10, and so on. And it just kind of snowballs and gets easier and easier. You're getting better at writing. You're learning more about that particular topic if you weren't already super familiar with it. And it just keeps you motivated. And as you kind of knock off more and more, you can see your site progress. And then again, like I said, you can come back to those more difficult articles down the road. So again, guys, I'm going to keep these videos really short. So that's it for this one. I will see you in the next one.